Welcome to the Thriving in Her Purpose podcast with Krystle Austin, life coach, counselor, author, and speaker. I help purpose-driven women who are on the cusp of pursuing their vision, but struggling to overcome barriers holding them back and realize their value, worth, and identity so that they thrive in their purpose. Hey there, this is Krystle Austin, host of the Thriving in Her Purpose podcast. Wow, for me this week has been an exciting week. Something that I have not shared on the podcast but have shared on my social media platforms has been that I recently co-authored a book called Unlock Your Voice, Volume 2, Mantles, Mandates, and Motherhood. The book launched a few days ago. You can grab it on Amazon, or you can contact me about getting the book. It really is an awesome book with 6 amazing authors who share powerful insights and personal stories concerning our journey in ministry, entrepreneurship, and motherhood. It really is a life-changing book, so I encourage you to go get it. I'll leave a link in the episode description, and again, if you want to purchase it directly from me, just send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram. And that information is in the episode description as well. So I not only wanted to share that amazing news, but it also ties into what I want to talk about with you today. I want you to know that you are equipped for the call. There is something you are called to do. There has been something pulling on your heart to do. However, you are questioning it, doubting your abilities, and whether it will be successful or not. When I was presented with the opportunity to co-author, I did not believe I was ready for that. Actually, I was presented with the opportunity to co-author a book in 2022, but I didn't feel that I was ready for something like that. And I thought my circumstances were too much at the time for me to put in that time and energy into it. So I let that opportunity pass me by. Thankfully, the opportunity came again in 2023, and I almost let that slip by again. But I recognized that this was my time. Did I still question whether I was ready for something like this yet again? Yes. But I consulted God about it, prayed about it. I was also receptive of the prophetic words that the visionary author of this book project spoke over me. She confirmed everything that was already in my heart that God was speaking to me about. Now, understand, I have never written a book. I never thought of myself as an author. I mean, I'm an okay writer, but am I book author status? I wondered if I really had something to say that people would want to actually read about. This was my experience with life coaching as well. I knew this was something I wanted to do, but questioned if I can be successful doing it and if I can be a successful entrepreneur. Many times we have all these ideas, and many times it's God that has placed something on our hearts to do, but we are nervous, scared, insecure, and doubt ourselves. We have to remember that if God has called us to do something, He has equipped us to be able to do it. He has already placed the gifts in us in order to succeed in that area. He has equipped us for the call. When I was thinking of this, it reminded me of the story of Moses. When God was talking to him at the burning bush, God was giving him instructions on what to do. God wanted Moses to go deliver the children of Israel out of the Pharaoh's bondage in Egypt. God called Moses to be a deliverer. God told Moses what to say and all the miraculous things to do because he would come across resistance in freeing his people. But Moses gave all these excuses to God and highlighted what he thought was a problem with himself and his insecurities. Moses said to God in Exodus chapter 4, verse 10, Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue. In other words, Moses was saying, I am not a good speaker. I am not eloquent. Some even say that he may have had a speech impairment. So he pleaded with God to let him out of this mission. He was like, who is going to listen to me? I'll probably end up embarrassing myself and you, God. How many of us put up all these excuses? Like, okay, God, I'm not ready to do that. I'm not prepared to do that. Who do you think I am to be able to do that? We ask God that like he doesn't already know us more than we know ourselves, right? But that's how we think. God will not ask us to go somewhere or do something where he has not already provided the means to help. We have to trust him to give us the courage and resources at the right moment. So in Exodus chapter 4, verses 11 and 12, it says, the Lord said to him, who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak, and I will teach you what to say. After all that, Moses still complained and asked God to send someone else. Ultimately, all that whining, complaining, and self-doubt made God angry. Are you making God frustrated and angry by not following through with what he told you to do? Also, keep in mind that Moses did not want to go do something that would free his people from slavery. God heard the cry of the Israelites and promised to take them out of their misery and bring them to a land flowing with milk and honey. So let's apply that to you and me. You are not doing something you are meant to do, and people are suffering from you not taking action on it. Are you keeping someone from living their best life because you are fearful? Now, that spoke to me right there too, because there are still some things that I have been hesitant to do and have been putting off. But not taking action does not serve the people you are meant to serve, and not taking action does not glorify God if it's something he told you to do. Just to share this last bit about the story too, God ultimately allowed Moses' brother Aaron to go with him and sort of be Moses' mouthpiece, his spokesman. And Moses was to tell Aaron exactly what to say. So they returned to Egypt to deliver the children of Israel from slavery. It is easy for us to focus on our weaknesses, our insecurities, but if God tells us to do something, he will help us get the job done by giving us the words, strength, courage, and ability to fulfill what he called us to do. He will equip us for the call. So while you are sitting there with this pull on your heart to do something, while you are sitting there hearing from God but not doing anything, while you are saying to yourself, I'm not ready, I'm not prepared, that's not for me, or questioning if you will be successful or not, God is right there waiting for you to answer the call with the way he already made for you. He has worked it out for you. You just have to have faith and do it. We have to be courageous. God created us in his image, so we innately have those powerful characteristics. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting because you think you don't have enough experience. You will get the experience after you go. The answer to doubt is faith in action. And the more action you take, the more you will achieve. The more you achieve, the more confidence you build. But still, even knowing that, we have to remember that when God tells us to go, we are to go confidently because He equips us with all we need to fulfill what He has purposed us to do. If you are a woman who has been striving to walk in your purpose, but struggling to overcome barriers holding you back, reach out to me. To connect with me, you can find me on Facebook at Krystle Austin, that is Krystle, and on Instagram at I am_Krystle Austin. Send me a DM if you want to chat or discuss more about working with me. I'd love to hear from you.